Released in 2019, Outer Wilds is an action and adventure game created by Mobius Digital. In this game, you're the newest recruit of Outer Wilds Ventures, a fledgling space program searching for answers in a strange, constantly evolving solar system. There are many mysteries to uncover during your journey, and many marshmallows to roast by a campfire. In Outer Wilds, you will very quickly discover some peculiar phenomena. For example, in the tutorial of the game, you can find a quantum shard, which, when you look at it, seems completely normal, but as soon as you look away, the rock will disappear and move somewhere else. Weird. Where does it come from? Anyway, Outer Wilds is a game I am very fond of, and so I wanted to recreate this strange quantum mechanic in another game I deeply love, which is Minecraft, of course. One day, I was in class listening, or not really listening actually, to a course about economics or something, and then it struck me, why did no one, as far as I'm aware, created a quantum shard in vanilla Minecraft? Maybe a few years ago it would not have been possible, or not easily at least. But now we can easily detect where the player is looking. How, you ask? Well, with the creaking, of course. And we're back to the place where I did the little intro. Did you like it, by the way? Tell me you like it, please. If you did, please leave a like, consider subscribing, and or leaving a comment. Anyway, what is the magic behind all this? Like I just said, we are using creakings. They're all named cutie because they're such cuties. Here is a little simplified scene compared to the one over there. The only difference is there is no room separating the different section, I'd say. The stone by itself is just an armor stand. I'm using the armor poser mode, so it's like an invisible armor stand with skulk, I think it is. Yeah, so skulk on its head. But if you want to do something fully vanilla, you can use a piston and a block. As you can see right now, if I'm looking in the direction of the stone and then looking away, nothing happens. That's because I'm in creative mode. So if I switch to survival, you'll see that when I look at the creaking, it starts drowning, sinking. And as soon as I look away, it starts very quickly to, float. So just like this, I can detect where a player is looking. The system takes some time to activate because, well, I cannot control how quick the creaking will sink, but that's why I've used a water stream, and I'm on the very last level, so the 8th block, I think it's 8. So it's just the minimum water and iron pressure plate, because it will be the pressure plate with the fastest cooldown to go up. The slab here is just to make it so that it's a little above the block, because when I used a full block here, sometimes the creaking would touch the pressure plate randomly. So this system checks two things. It checks if the player is looking at the stone, at the creaking behind it, and when it looks away. And it also checks if it's looking somewhere else, because I do not want to have the stone appearing where I'm looking. It would just not look so great. So that is done using the pressure plate that is right here. It's a bit of a mess, but to make it simple, so you just have this line here, and it will, if you follow the purple wool, it just goes to this, the brain of the system, that we will just go and study right now. From now on, I'm going to refer to the creaking next to the quantum shard as the shard stone. I will not directly refer to the creaking. So if I look at the shard and then look away, like in the game, I want it to switch places. So when this happens, that means that the creaking is going down on the pressure plate, then going up again. I'm going to send a signal to this dispenser here. This dispenser has 4 shulker boxes. It creates a signal with a comparator here from 1 to 4. And so this little loop here with some random blocks here allow me to detect to only light up 1 torch between the 4 here to have basically, yeah, just I want this one, this one, this one, or this one. These are 4 spots. So obviously if I wanted to add more spots, I could just keep this line going. So if I press this button here, a shulker is spawned, and so it was a green one, and this line activated. But the interesting part here is that if I'm looking at a place where the stone could potentially appear, I don't want the stone to spawn there, of course, because it would break the magic. So when this happens, this means that the creaking is sinking, and so is on the pressure plate. And so I can detect that and go here and activate, well, the pistons here, so there is no signal. So now what happens here is I will activate it. It was blue, then green, and now red. And so red is good, but it will randomize each time. It will dispense a new shulker box. It can't, if it displayed the blue one, it won't display the blue one again. And so as long as I do not have a winner, it will keep firing all shulker boxes until ones that match. So obviously I could have a problem if all the spots are being looked by a player. But that's why I made some war rooms with balls, so it can't really happen. When a signal is accepted by the system, so when the player is not looking, I will just here tell, this is my line to say, hey, you can put the stone here, and so this will just move the piston so the stone goes visible. And on the side here, it's my line to reset, so to just basically fire this dispenser 4 times in case, well, I needed to all 4 the shulker boxes arrived here. And yeah, that's basically it. Oh yeah, and also it blocks this piston here will retract like this, and so it will prevent the system from firing another dispenser, another shulker box, because yeah, we know we had a winner here. For example, the stone, the shard, is in this spot here, and so this is the creaking we're interested in. When this creaking will go down on the pressure plate, that means the player is looking at it. So this block will go here, there won't be any signal here, and nothing will happen. However, when I stop looking at it, this creaking will go up, releasing the pressure plate, and the piston will go back to its original spot here. The signal will go through, I will have a very small pulse here, switch off this torch, and because I have the stone in this spot, this torch is switched off. If I go over there, the torch is switched on. So then, two things happen. First line here, it goes right over there to our dispenser to, well, find a new spot for our stone. And on the other side, here, it's switched on, here as well, and it will activate to block temporarily the spot so the stone won't appear at the same place again. The main issue of this system is that it does not really work in survival because of how the creaking spawns. So yeah, I would need to have a heart somewhere and make it so it has to spawn right here, but I think it's kinda tricky. So, well, I'm not sure if that's possible. If you have any idea, please let me know. But I didn't find a solution. But I still think it's a pretty fun system. It has some things that can be improved on, like the creaking spawning, or sometimes I can still see the stone being removed or placed somewhere, because if I look at it very quickly after, well, I will have detected that the creaking is not there, but not yet the creaking is back, so the stone will still disappear. And if I look at somewhere else too late and the system has already selected that place, well, it won't prevent the stone from spawning there, so I might see the stone appearing. But you can prevent all that by creating a small room like this one, and so you have to walk all the way to the other spot. And so if I look somewhere, I won't have time to go to, or I really have to sprint somewhere else to find the other spots. So you can play that way, but it's quite a fun system, and it's not that hard to create really. So yeah, I'm quite happy with that one. If you have any question, or if you would like a map that you can download to see the system for yourself, please let me know. I had a blast creating it, it was really fun. Maybe I will create more systems like this in the future if I get bored again at school and I have a great idea like this one. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.